Hey, Joe and Sherry here with another Just Us.
Just real.
Hey, love.
What's up, beautiful? How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm great. You're looking gorgeous.
Aw, thank you.
My absolute pleasure.
As I'm blushing. So, babe,
Right.
a little while ago.
A while ago.
Okay, a while ago.
Yes.
We started talking about the strategies that we use to blend our family. And we realized in that conversation that we probably needed to come back and do another part two.
Definitely.
Because it was so much to unpack. And the steps that we used were so incremental that we said, you know what, we can't cram it all into one. Let's
Right.
come back and do another one. And so we talked about the strategies that we implemented in the first one. But in this second talk, I want to ask a question.
And what might that be?
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. How can couples or how can parents help their children transition as they're blending their families?
That's a big one. It's going to take a lot of prayer, open and honest communication,
Yeah,
patience, and unity.
that's good.
You know, it's going to take those things because you may not get the desired results as quickly as you want them.
That's good.
And so you're going to have to be patient, you know, with this transition.
This process, right. And that's one of the things you really helped me with. Patience is not always something I've been able to do well. I've been a go-getter, and if I see it, I'm like, okay, let's go, let's move. And you've really taught me to embrace slowing down
Yeah.
and realizing that some things do take time.
Yes.
Everything is not instantaneously or immediately accomplished. And so when you said patience, I'm like, yes. But the other thing I think you did well as we were blending also was you were consistent.
Yeah.
We were consistent
Yes.
in our communication, what we were communicating, but then also the time it took. We made sure that we did what was necessary to continue moving forward.
Yes.
And not letting go or giving up or, you know, changing the strategies. We said this is the ultimate goal. This is where we know we can get to. And so we need to consistently move forward to get to that place.
Yeah, that's true. And you have to also be intentional about it. You know, it's so easy to give up or not put your whole heart into it when you feel that it's not being received.
That's good.
But you need to understand what could be the underlying reasons why it's not being received at the moment.
Right.
And understand that that's just a season, and we need to be able to work through that season.
Yeah, as you were talking about that, I thought in both of our cases, our children were products of divorce. And so when you're blending is difficult. But when you're blending after divorce, I think that that's even more challenging because I think in our case, we noticed that sometimes children don't know how to embrace the new village.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they feel like, okay, if I am close to my bonus parent, I'm going to somehow betray my biological parent.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of times the parents don't fully understand the emotional impact that the child deals with in a
Right.
divorce. And so again, we have to be understanding. We have to communicate with respect, with honesty, and just let them know that they can come to us with however they're feeling, as long as it's done in a respectful way.
Yeah, and that is good, as long as it's done in a respectful way, because we encouraged, you encourage your children to talk to you. I encourage, my girls to talk to me, and told them, you can share what you're feeling, because we wanted them to be able to express. We realized without open and honest communication, there was no forward movement.
Right.
And so we encouraged them, but it needed to be done in respect. And so I think what allowed them to feel safe in their sharing was the fact that when we said, be open and honest, and they were open and honest, the way we responded to them was very important.
Yes.
Because we needed them to know they had a safe space and an environment where, yes, we encourage you. We're not going to get offended. We're not going to get angry. We're not going to be on the defensive. We want you to continue to share, because again, that's how we know we're moving toward healing and we're moving toward the blendedness that we desire, because we created that space without them feeling like they had to shut down based on our responses.
Yeah. And another thing that's key that you mentioned is they feel like sometimes the children may feel like they have to choose between their biological and the bonus.
Right.
And, and in our situations, I had to explain, like, I'm not your biological father. I'm not trying to replace him.
Yeah.
But God has positioned me to now steward you in a way that he wants you to go.
Right.
And so I have to be true to that responsibility. I have to be intentional about that. I have to be patient and give you time and help you navigate through that. I can't get frustrated. I can't give up.
Right.
And it required a lot of communication between us.
Yes.
And then and that brings me to the point of, which I always talk about, or I talk about often, is family history.
Right.
Family dynamics.
Yes.
And so the difference in parenting styles is something that now could be weighing on a child's mind.
Right.
And so you have to navigate that. You have to look at how, the parents operated as one, and see how the two of us now operate as one, and just make sure that that's passed down to the child. And
Right.
sometimes they can feel some type of way if there's a major shift that they're not used to.
That's true. That's true. And we said communication is the basis of everything anyway.
Yes.
Anything that you deal with in relationships requires healthy communication, honest communication. And so that's one of the areas where we've been, like you said, intentional about. And then I think the final thing that I wanted to kind of, and we touched on it a little bit, but really go into, is how to foster that child relationship with the bonus parent, because that we're still working on.
Yes.
We're still working on my relationship with your children and your relationship with my children, and how we can help them embrace their new village.
I need the listeners to understand that in many situations, it may not be a quick fix.
Right.
And so you have to be in for the long haul. You have to stay consistent. You have to be intentional about fulfilling that role that God has now allowed you to step into. From us to the children, we need to let them know that we love them first and foremost, that their voice needs to be heard, that they have a voice.
Right.
And then we need to then follow that up with actions. You know me, I'm a man of actions. And so for me, I was really excited because I was so full of love. I am so full of love. And to express that and to not be reciprocated, I had to come and talk to you about that, about how that made me feel.
You were discouraged at one point.
But there was no quit. There never was thoughts of giving up.
Right.
But I needed to talk to, my wife about how I was feeling.
Yes.
It was almost like a rejection.
Yeah.
from me being the bonus parent and trying to pass love down,
Right.
you know, to the girls. So again, I say this to the men: stay on the battlefield, bro. Like, our children need us. We need to be consistent. We need to continue to press forward. We're trying to get them to understand that God has placed us in their lives to be positive, to be a bonus,
Yes.
to help walk them through this season of their life.
That's good. That's good. Wow. And we're getting there,
We're getting there.
little by little.
Yes. Remain encouraged.
That's it.
You know.
Love it.
Love you.
Love you. Just us.
Just real.
Love you, babe.
Love you.
Yeah.